Hello everyone and welcome back. This is another update for 4.7.10 and let's just jump right on into it. First of all, you may notice that I have the hardware mouse is now available, and you can see that it is a little bit better in terms of performance, so that's awesome. All right, so one of the latest things we've added is the ability to put in a plunger wherever you want it to go. So let's turn off these guys, the apron and the surround. Normally what you would do in terms of adjusting the default plunger is you would go here and you would change it. You're not going to need to do that anymore with, well, you would if you just left that default plunger, but if you see here, you can add a plunger, and now it'll use this particular plunger when playing instead of that one. And this one comes with some better options. Of course, you can change the type. You can also change the tip color. Whoops, that's the other one. That's this one. So the tip color you can change. And let's see, if we go to a plastic type, we can change that plastic color also. And if it's a spherical lit one, that's the same color basically. The light and the ball change with that. And so, whoops. So there's that you can do with it. And then you can go move it back and forth. So you can put it wherever you want it on the playfield. You could put it on this side if you wanted to switch things really up. Or you could put it in the middle, wherever. It doesn't even matter. So let's take a look at how this works. As far as, you want to spawn balls to come up above it right here. So let's just take a quick look at that. I'm going to save this as 4.7.10. And I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of these wires. So we'll do 2 of these guys. And we'll put this about right there. And then this one. So let's see what else I should say. Let's put a wall right here. And we'll put another wall about right there. So you see we have this gap for the ball to go through. And then when it hits this, it won't bounce and come back over. All right, so let's just save. And we're going to do this. All right, good enough. So now it's still not going to work right if we try to play it, because we need to add one of these guys, a main ball spawner. Again, just as a reminder, the green cylindrical area is where the drain detection occurs. And I think that should work about like that. That defaults now to 2. And if we start a game, we should be able to see that behave normally if I've set everything up well enough. So T to start. Oop. And there it goes. So that's basically the way that's going to work. All right, so that's the new. That was interesting. That's the new plunger option. And I also fixed the spring there so it actually collapses. I don't know how that got messed up, but it's working nicely now. So you can do that if you want to. You can use that setup. You could also use this setup with the standard apron, or not. Well, yeah, you could use this if you wanted, but you can still use this if you want. If you don't want that, oops, of course, turn it off, and then you can use these guys, and you can color them whatever color you want. And whoops, you can set them up wherever you want and change their length. You know, or whatever, anywhere, anyway, just put them there and make them all the way around. So that's that. All right, let's see. Okay, I've also added a new group name handler option. So let's put out some of these guys. All right. Now, if we want to group, move them all together at once, basically we would hold down the group key, which is Control, and we'd grab it, and everything in the group with the same group name as what you're grabbing will move. But if you don't have a group name, then it won't move anything else. So let's put G1 in there. And now we'll move it by holding down Control, and of course, it's the only thing in group G1. So how do we go ahead and do all of these as group G1 without having to do a click and type? You select the one you want, you press Alt, and then you tap G, and it copies the G1 group name, whatever it is, it'll copy it. And then you just select and hit the G key. Select G, 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 G. And now they're all in the same group. And when I hold Control and grab one, they all move together as a group. Doesn't matter which one in the group you grab, the whole group moves the same. But you'll notice that the that marker thing underneath is where whichever one of these you grab, that's where the movement is based off of. So if I do this, it's actually basing it off of where that sort of grid reticle thing is located. All right, so that is the other big new thing. We have some new updates and improvements to some things. The dumper bumpers have had their default power increased to 5. So those will fire at 5 now. And also another thing to know is that anytime you duplicate an object, if I dupe that, it's going to dupe it in the correct colors now. The same may not be true for if we do a different texture. Let's see. I don't think the textures, whoops. Actually, yeah, good. Okay, the textures do translate also. So, yeah, good. Yay. All right, so that's those new options. 5 and colors transfer. Speaking of color transference, that was a problem before. If you set custom colors on something, and I don't know, whatever. And then you duplicated it, it wouldn't copy the colors, but now it does. So colors are getting copied. Let's apply those colors to something else, and we'll duplicate that. So that was one area where colors weren't getting translated very properly. And another area was also in the selection here. So if you would change to a different type, it wasn't always changing the colors as one would expect them to be changed, which it is now. So that is improved. Also improved if you press the K key. Wait, let's save. Press K. You'll see that this Alt-G to copy group name from the selected object, and then Pressing G to paste has been added to that. And so that's just the K key. We'll toggle that. Let's see. Okay, post caps had a problem. If you spawned any of these post caps, they would spawn, but then you couldn't grab them again. Now you can grab them properly. And you can change that color, etc., etc. We'll just get rid of all those. Fix the loading of GI light level in edit mode, so that's fixed now. Another thing that is fixed is if you change the color of this to something different, and then you duplicate that, now the color sticks with it. Same with these guys. Colors maintain. Let's see. The hard metal post or rubber post. So if you, Now, I know I fixed this. Oh my god, it's not working. No, did I screw that up by changing this? I did. What the heck? A fart. That's funny. I fixed this one and I screwed that one up because that's supposed to be, that's supposed to be these two colors, and that's not changing. Great. Deflectors, they don't matter. Standard silicone rubber one is right, though. That's good. Oh, but that's not supposed to be white. Okay, looks like Anna has something to fix before this update goes out, so we'll just remember to fix that. See, sometimes you jump in on something and you find something that's foobarred. Okay, all right. I improved the default spawn flipper values. So if we spawn one of these, you'll see that these are a little bit different. You may want to change that to something higher. Be careful changing these or you'll get some weird flipper behaviors. But anyways, those have different default values now. Let's see. All right. Sort of rearrange these a little bit. I feel like some of these may be from a prior update, but I didn't see them in any of my other update notes. Okay, so I fixed the spawn rotation of slingshots and two post stretchies. So these now are basically set up to be facing straight up, and these are also correct. So that's sort of a behind the scenes thing you might not have even noticed, but that's been fixed. Let's see what else. Change the hardware or the mouse cursor to hardware to improve performance of the mouse. And let's see, change the font size of the merge collection up here. So if you have any collections that you want to save, that will work appropriately. And oh yeah, wire gates. These wire gates were receiving decals previously, which they should not have been, so I turned that off also. And I also improved the, wait, let's save it. I improved the transition from into each mode. So that's a little bit better. I'm still trying to get it to where it'll fade out finally when everything's adjusted. So I may need to slow that fade in, fade from black a little bit. But anyways, I will make a couple of adjustments and and then I will post this update. So that is the state of the game currently, you guys. And I'm doing my best to check out the everything. Sorry, I'm tired, it's hot, and I can't think very straight. I'm trying to think of 20 things at once. Anyways, so I'm going to work on getting this dialed in, and I do keep checking the forums on Steam to make sure that I'm catching all the things that you guys have concerns over. So I do have more of that. You might actually see some of those little things fixed that you mentioned. I know that I sometimes have a tendency to spot something you mentioned and just run in there and fix it, and then I forget about it. And so that might happen with some stuff. But if I didn't mention it, just assume that it didn't get fixed yet until I do mention it. But anyway, that's where things are now. I'm going to go ahead and tweak those that post in its color, and then get this uploaded for you guys.